Good morning, my name is Dwayne Buckley. I'm the General Manager of Ocean Pacific Resort Broadbeach on the Gold Coast. We're located just opposite Jupiter's Casino, or the now new Stark City Casino. Our building consists of 78 units, approximately 16,000 visitors annually per year, and we've had a hard time keeping in front of our maintenance requirements. I was quite fortunate to actually discover Grout Pro through actually observing the advertising on the side of a van locally as I was trying to source some products myself to reseal the tiles in the bathrooms and remove the actual bad stains that were evident in the surface itself. I was able to make a very easy and quick decision to contact Grout Pro and put in contact with Hugh, specifically, who was working within the area, and from there he was able to address all the issues I had at hand very quickly and very easily. As you can imagine, on the Gold Coast, specifically in industry, time is of the essence when it comes to maintenance and it comes to the guest satisfaction. That is the ultimate thing we wish to achieve. I was able to negotiate very easily with Grout Pro and Hugh to actually fit into our time restraints, to access the units during the middle of the week, because our occupancy averages are extremely high, 92% annually, which means that often our maintenance programs like painting, carpet replacements, furniture replacements, and specifically the silicon and the grout work that has been completed here had to operate in between a strict schedule, which meant a 24 or 48 hour period. We're able to achieve this over a period of about 6 months through the 78 units in our complex, using the skill set that Hugh and Grout Pro were able to provide for us to resolve the issues we had in our bathroom. Now, what this enabled us to do specifically was to ensure that our TripAdvisor reviews maintained their levels at #1 in the industry, in the area, and specifically in regards to a self-catering apartment complex. That's very difficult, as you can imagine, because we do not service the units on a daily basis. Therefore, our units are only ever clean prior to arrival and after departure. Therefore, we're very restricted in how many times we're able to access that unit to maintain the standards that our guests actually deserve. At Ocean Pacific Resort specifically, we find that a lot of our guests were rebooking and rebooking for longer periods, in particular the commercial guests and the corporate clients like the Magic Millions, AMX for example. They visit the Gold Coast quite regularly. And what we were then able to establish is that the regular occurrences where they were coming to actually visit our apartment building and use the facilities and where it is located on the Gold Coast, were able to schedule in advance upwards of 6 months when these proactive maintenance and repairs were going to actually be completed. We found it very easy to negotiate this with Grout Pro and Hugh particularly, because it enabled him to work to our schedule and us not to rely on last minute scheduling and on the assumption that we could get the tradesperson here on site on the day. It made it very easy for us then to fulfil not only the requirements for this maintenance, but also fulfil the availability for the owners to achieve a higher return in their units, because it meant that the unit would be out of play for maintenance at the least amount possible.
What would they typically say?
We have had, since the completion of this work, I would say wording like immaculate, complex, impeccable cleaning. Our complaints have diminished. Anyone that complains these days, we almost have to pull out the rule book on how we used to deal with it, because we haven't had a complaint over the front desk, or we haven't had a complaint on the cleanliness or the presentation of the bathrooms for years now.
That must make you feel awesome.
It enables me to focus on other areas of the building now, and that is the refurbishment of the units. I can go to the owners and I can say, we're thinking of your interest at heart. I can stand there in front of the guests who arrive in our building and wholeheartedly look them in the eye and know they actually have a concern, it is legitimate, because we have years of good reports behind us now. We can focus on customer service with the guests directly. We can focus on promoting the Gold Coast, the events, the tours, the other areas that these people have come here to visit. We can engage and communicate with our guests a lot easier, because we know that